This week we've got some brand new leaks for Star Wars Episode 9 The Rise of Skywalker, which not only go into more detail regarding the Sith troopers, but as well finding out that there will be some key players in the movie that know a thing or two about Rey's mysterious past. Starting with the Sith troopers, well, ever since they were first revealed by Disney, it was quite clear that despite their similar design to First Order stormtroopers, then they were never really part of the First Order at all. And according to known leaker Jason Ward from Making Star Wars, the Sith troopers are actually part of Palpatine's fleet that has been stationed secretly in the unknown regions of the galaxy. And not only does this mysterious fleet hold the Sith troopers, but each Star Destroyer in this fleet contains the technology of the Death Star, having the complete capability of destroying an entire planet, and this fleet will be the superweapon that Rey and the gang will have to beat in the final act of the movie. According to Jason Ward, the Sith fleet is part of Palpatine's contingency plan that he put in place in preparation for his possible death. Palpatine wanted to have an army at his disposal to dominate the galaxy when he is resurrected, and this army is of course a separate faction from the First Order, who also built up their forces in the unknown regions. And apparently even Snoke knew about the Sith fleet and was searching for it until his demise in The Last Jedi. And now Kylo, as the supreme leader of the First Order, is continuing that search. Throughout Rise of Skywalker, Kylo will be searching for a Wayfinder device to locate the fleet, which right now seems to be the MacGuffin that was mentioned in the previous leaks before. However, to Kylo's surprise, he may not be fully aware of what he's getting into, as Palpatine had no interest in sharing his power with anyone, especially not of the grandson of Vader, the man who killed him back on the Death Star. Kylo's aim in finding the Sith fleet is the same as Snoke's, firmly believing that once he does find this mysterious and deadly fleet, they will then answer to him. The Sith troopers themselves are also considered to be even stronger fighters than the First Order stormtroopers. Apart from being fearless, each soldier is also equipped with a jetpack, which would allow them to continue fighting no matter what situation they may find themselves in. As for their inclusion in the movie, JJ apparently got the idea for red stormtroopers from Colin Trevorrow's original Episode 9 script. By making the Sith troopers red, it would then make it obvious who was fighting who when they took on the white First Order stormtroopers. But Ward did say that a source close to the movie said that this fight between stormtroopers would perhaps not happen in Rise of Skywalker. Now in the trailer, we do see a glimpse of what looks to be an Imperial Star Destroyer, which it does stand within reason that could very well be one of the destroyers part of Palpatine's Sith fleet. Also considering that it looks to have an Imperial and not a First Order design, which would make sense considering the fleet was stationed there right after Palpatine's death in Return of the Jedi. Not to mention, it does also seem to have a red tint to it. But then again, why do the Sith troopers have such a similar design to the First Order stormtroopers? That part right there still remains unanswered. Not to mention who the people in the Sith trooper uniforms even are they genetically enhanced human recruits or are they clones? Also, we do have to remember that they were stationed in that Sith fleet in the unknown regions for 30 years. In complete secrecy that not even the First Order knew where they were. Regardless, it will be interesting to see what Palpatine will even think about the First Order in general, considering it is a faction that he never planned for and it could get in his way of galactic dominance. As well, not to mention, it's also run by Vader's grandson. As for Rey, it seems that both Lando Calrissian and Kerry Russell's bounty hunter character Zoe Bliss are already quite familiar with her true origins. Ward says that Lando later tells Poe and Finn something really big about Rey's past that will shock them, while Zoe Bliss, who the gang meet on the snowy planet of Kijimi, will first appear to the audience as a villain but will actually turn out to be one of the good guys and on the Resistance's side. Zore's ship that we see in the trailer is also very similar to that of the ship that left Rey on Jakku, And Rey does make a note of this, commenting on how familiar it looks. And based on this, it's now rumored that Zorii knew Rey since she was a little girl and was the one who left her on Jakku. But I'm sure the more leaks that do come out on Zorii, then we'll be able to find out if this is indeed the case or not. But let me know down in the comment section on what you all think about these new leaks. Are you glad to hear that the Sith fleet is a completely separate faction from the First Order? What are your thoughts on about the Sith fleet filled with a bunch of, essentially, mini Death Stars? What will Palpatine think about the First Order? And are Rey's parents actually somebodies rather than nobodies, considering after all, Lando possibly knew them? Let me know and let's get a conversation going. And as always, be sure to like and share this video, as well to keep it here to Silo for everything on the latest in Star Wars. And 7 from Silo, signing out.